What up, everybody? In this video, we're going to be putting in the boss room background and a few other functions like our boss here and our turtle here. What I was thinking we could finish off the level is he is going to see you come in. He is going to come and close a door once he presses on the button. It is your job to come and press these buttons, avoiding arrows that are going to be coming out of these holes, to drop a cage on him to get him off the button and off the screen so you can come in and save your friend before she gets eaten. Okay, let's jump into the code. There is one more thing I want to do before I get started with that, and I want to change out my change room function here so it knows we can't just teleport between the rooms. Let me show you what I discovered. So even on room 1, when you start over here, you could just very carefully warp to the other side of the screen and skip the whole level. We want to prevent that from happening. So we want to make sure that when you're in room 1, you cannot teleport from this side to this side, and same with room 2. We don't want us to be able to come to this side and be brought back to this side. So what I need to do is we're just going to call it the same new change. Okay. And this is going to take self, and this is going to take our player. And we're going to tell it if self.room1 is equal to 1. That's because that is what we tell it needs to be when we start our beginning room. And so player dot rect dot x is greater than the width minus 64. We will subtract our room is equal to 1, and then add our self room 2 to go to plus equal 1, the other room. But if our self dot room 1 is less than or equal to 0, our self dot room 1 is equal to 0. Oops, we forgot to put our if. So if, there we go. And then if self dot room 2 is greater than or equal to 1, then our self dot room 2 is equal to 1. This is just so we know when if we're in the starting room and we come over, we want to switch our rooms. So now hopefully this, with adding in if our self room 1 is equal to 1, we will have to test that. So let's just put our other one in, which is if is greater than or equal to, oh, we do need to do elif. That is what's going on. Okay, self room 1 is equal to 1, and our player dot rect dot x is less than 0, then we don't want anything to happen. We will just go self dot room 1 minus equals 0, and self.room 2 minus equal 0. So now this way, if it knows if we're still in room 1 and our player gets over to 0, it doesn't want to do anything. And with the functionality we have written into the code already, it should just block us because our turtle is not allowed to go off the screen. So now we will do if self.room 2 is equal to 1 and our player.rect.x is less than 0, then we want self.room 2 minus equal 1, and then our self.room 1 plus equal 1. And then we will do the self.room 1 is greater than or equal to 1. Then we want our self.room 1 to be equal to 1. And we forgot the if again. This is just so it doesn't continuously add because we're in the loop, and it's going to be equal to 1 for like 1 second, and then it is going to be like in the hundreds because it doesn't stop. This is just a way I found to stop it from getting below the number that I would want it to be. So if our self.room 2 okay, yeah, if self.room is equal to 1 and it's less than 0, then we're subtracting and adding. So if room 2 is less or equal to 0, sorry, I got lost there for a second. Room 2 is equal to 0. So, and then now our elif self.room 2 is equal to 1, and our player.rect.x is greater than the width, then we don't want it to do anything. Minus 0 and self.room 2 minus equals 0. Okay, so now just simply in our starting room, we can test this out. No, it wasn't in our, where was it? Here it was, right here, change rooms. So we are going to do new underscore change. And now we will go ahead and test this. Okay, so it comes up. Nothing happens there. Now we'll collect our key. We'll open the door. And okay, so now we don't jump around. We need to, that is working the way I want it to. So we just need to finish up. What did we do with this other one? So if our room 2 is equal to, so we need to add this after this. And this, I think, after this. So if room 1 minus, let's just go ahead and run it and see if we need to switch that around. Okay. And there we go. So now when we get to the edge of the screen, it no longer teleports us. It knows which way we want to exit and leave our room. So that is much better. No more glitching to the side of the walls when you die. And we can simply, okay, now that that is done, we can go ahead and get rid of this function. We won't need it anymore. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and put in that background image into our boss room. And that is going to need to be loaded in with self.image. Image 6 is equal to pygame.image.load, and we need to join our other pictures with our level 8 room 2.png, and now convert. Okay, so now that we have the image, we're going to want to do just like the start room and make a function to draw everything together in that room. So we are going to make boss room function, and this is just going to take our self parameter. And for now, all it's going to do is go screen dot split our image 6 onto the screen at the top. We need 0 and 0. And we're also, as soon as we go into the room, just like in our first room, we want to make sure all of the collision is gone and we don't start running into the arrows and the rats and the spike pit. So we will go ahead and empty our groups, and then we will go ahead and draw that image. So down here, now in our room 2, we will go self dot split, self dot boss underscore room. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. All right, there we go. No errors, so that's good. Let's just collect the key, not run into the spike pit, and see what this looks like. All right, there we go. So we have our room background, as it's kind of plain right now because these are just like the blueprint, so I remember where everything was going to be at. Let's go ahead and add in our boss and our turtle for the final part of this video. To add the boss and the turtle, we are just going to reuse the class that I made for our cutscenes and everything. And so first thing I want to do is go level 8 boss, and he is going to be under the bad guy class, and I want him to spawn at 1100 way at the edge of the screen, and then in the middle of the screen so he can see you come in, and he needs to be 94 by 64 and a 0 for the frames because he is animated in the cutscenes. But I will need to use another picture that I have from those. So under this, we're going to put a self.image 2, and it is going to be our pygame.image.load, and we are going to join. This time it is under our turtle pictures, and this one was called level 8 underscore boss dot png. So there we go. We're going to convert it. And he is not going to be animated, so we need to go self.image2.set color key and then just get rid of that background. Okay, so now that we have the image, we want to load, and we need to remember to use our self rectangle, but its X and the Y is going to be at the top. Okay, I might have to change a few things up in another video. So we're going to go draw and draw final is what we'll call it. And then we'll take our self, and then we will need the screen. And we're going to want to go screen dot blit our self dot image 2 and our self dot rect. So because it is the right instead of the left, I am going to go ahead and just put that to width. So he is all the way at the edge of the screen. So this needs to be lined up. Now let's go back under our level 8 and add him in our boss room. So we are going to go level 8 underscore boss dot draw underscore final. And this is going to take our screen. So let's go ahead and test our game to see if he's there. Oh, that's right. We have to get there first. So quickly get there. And he is there at pretty much the spot. So he is going to see us come in. He is going to move and press this button, but that will be in a later video. Finally, I just want to add in our turtle class down here. So similar to our bad guy, we need to add a class for our turtle 2, and that is going to be called level 8 turtle 2 is equal to turtle 2, and that width is going to be at 975 by 680, and we want her the same size as us, so we'll do 64 by 64, and she is going to be animated. So we will go F draw final as well, and this is going to take our self. So we're going to need to put in another sheet up here. This is the animation sheet we are going to use to make it look like it is moving. We are going to call this self.sheet.2, and we're going to load, and we're going to join our, this is in the turtle pictures, and we are going to need level 8 turtle 2.png, and we are just going to want to convert this, and everything else should be taken care of in our animated object. So this will go animate underscore object, and we are going to take our level 8 turtle 2, level 8 underscore turtle 2, and then for our sheet we are going to have to say level 8 underscore turtle 2 dot sheet 2 is what I called that. turtle. Yep, turtle 2 sheet, and then 0. And this should be enough. And now we can go screen.blit. And we need this from the self.animation so it knows what image to start on. And we're going to tell it to start on the self.frame and our self.rect. Okay, so now if we wrote this, we can come back down to our boss room function, which is right here, and we will go level 8 underscore turtle 2 and draw our final. So let's go ahead and test this. Something went wrong because I loaded it wrong. No file, turtle. Oh, not turtles. I just need to be turtle. It just needs to be turtle. That is the problem. So let's just come back up here. And where is our self.sheet2? So now it is turtle pictures. Let's go ahead and try this one more time. Okay, there's no errors. That's a good thing. Open up. And because I didn't put screen in, let's just, okay. One last time. So sorry about that. This is just the part of the learning process. So now, and there we go. She's down there jumping around, screaming for help. In our next video, we will go ahead and start adding in the walls and the buttons and everything else. But I think that is going to be where we're going to end this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.